Hi, and welcome to this episode of Hot Tub Yoga. I'm Dr. Staten Medsker, also known as ROCKnDOC, and I'm going to keep my shirt on because I don't want you to get distracted by these chiseled dad bod abs. All right, this is a three-part series. In this part, we're going to focus on the neck, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the exercise philosophy in my last two books. And they are yes, no, I don't know, yes, no, and I don't know philosophy, and the Posture ReS.E.T program. Now, ReS.E.T is an acronym. SET stands for S-E-T, stretch, exercise, and traction. And I've found if you do these three things in a certain combination, it actually creates structural correction, like manual functional braces on teeth. All right, so if you put these two things together, it gets you the most effective results by increasing the range of motion of your neck, breaking up old scar tissue from lots of traumas in the past, decreasing pain and tension in your shoulders, and most importantly, we're going to change your neck posture from years of abuse of looking down at your school books, and especially the age of technology, looking down at your phones, and we're going to change the position of your head and put it back over your shoulders and keep it there. And that's the beauty of how this program works. And stay with me as we do this. Let's get started. Ready? Here we go. Did you know that 50% of you have been dropped on your head your first year of life? 3,000 falls for the average teenager by the time you're 19 years old. And whiplash from car wrecks. And we just went to Disneyland, and that roller coaster ride, I mean, my neck was sore afterwards. I know I tore a little stuff in there by being whipped around on those rides. All right, but we forget about it later, but it adds up over time, and that along with sticking the joints from scar tissue and looking down all the time, that creates poor posture and computer neck. So that's what we're going to focus on today. My recommendation is I've got this great M-Spa, and it has a timer on it for 20 minutes of bubbles. So I set the timer and I soak all the way up to my neck and for 15 to 20 minutes. And when that timer goes off, that's my indication to begin my yes, no, I don't knows and my Posture ReS.E.T program. Here's how that works. Okay, my first book, How to Adjust Yourself and Avoid Seeing a Chiropractor, contains the SET program. That's the philosophy of the concept of stretch, exercise, and traction. It's an acronym. And when you do those three things in the right order, it creates functional braces on teeth instead of the metal wires on your spine, right? And it works, all right? And then my second book is the Posture ReS.E.T program. And in this one, we actually focus on the computer neck philosophy and how to repair that specifically. And so we're going to take the combination of the yes, no, I don't knows and the computer neck S-E-T stretch philosophy and put those together to get massive results in increasing range of motion. And here's how you do it, okay? You have 6 ranges of motion in your neck. All right, they are yes, no, and I don't know, right? So flexion and extension, rotation, and lateral flexion. All right? Now, we're going to go through each of those directions, and by doing that, you're going to get all of the muscle groups that are attached to the neck and head and shoulders. All right? So we'll get them all. All right, now here's how we do it. You're going to apply the SET, S-E-T. You're going to stretch each of those directions. Then you're going to exercise each of those directions. And then you're going to traction each of those directions while your neck is immersed under the water in the hot tub. And by cooking it and heating it, remember, heat expands, cold shrinks. And so we want to do it in the hot tub to help expand and stretch each of those joints individually. And here's what that's going to look like. Okay, so let's go ahead and stretch the yes plane of motion. Okay, and so all you do is just go back into extension. Now I should be down in the water, but I'm just going to do it here. And we're going to look up. You're going to keep your mouth closed, and you're going to push your chin up to the ceiling. And you're going to hold it for 20 seconds. Breathe in through your nose, into your belly, out through your mouth. Mild tightness, mild tension is all you want to feel. If you feel any pain, don't go into the pain syndrome. Now, should you do forward and backwards? I say no, because now 68% of the population are diagnosed computer neck, which means your head is too far forward, which means you don't want to stretch it more forward. You don't want to exercise it more forward or traction it more forward. Everything needs to go back and up and behind you. All right, so my recommendation is that you do the stretch twice in extension instead of doing the flexion part, okay? All right, so that's yes plane of motion. The no plane of motion, looking over your shoulders, okay? So most people have a really difficult time getting there, but you should be 90 degrees. You should be able to turn your head, and your chin should be able to touch the angle of your shoulder, all right? And so you hold that for 20 seconds. If you're not there, you got a lot of work to do, and most people are not. They've lost that range of motion over their decades of life, okay? Hold it for 20 seconds, same thing, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, into the belly. Do the other side the same thing, okay? Remember, we're submersed in the water. Water's up to your chin right now, but I'm staying out so you can see how this goes. All right, rotation all the way over, and we're doing hold for 20 seconds. Okay, good, you got the concept of it. Here we go. Now we're doing into the neck. Same thing for the neck lateral flexion, the I don't know plane of motion. All right, so what we're gonna do is lateral flexion. Now, my recommendation on this is that 90% of the people don't do this correctly. And you're better off getting a mirror in front of you and do it in the mirror. Because when you say put your ear to your shoulder, because you do not have the range of motion, you lost over 50% of that angle, you will compensate. And when you try to lean your ear to your shoulder, you end up doing this. That is rotation, not lateral flexion. Okay, we're talking straight ear towards your shoulder, lateral flexion, and it should go 45 degrees range of motion there. And if most of you cannot do that, and most of you will compensate and go, So be very, very careful when you do this one. Isolate it. If you only have 10 degrees range of motion on lateral flexion, then stay at that level and work your way up. Eventually you'll get more as you continue this program. This is designed, braces on teeth. You will get that range of motion restored back to your neck, okay? So lateral flexion, ear towards your shoulder, head up, chest up, good. And hold for 20 seconds. That's the set, the S part of the set program, the stretch. Next is the exercise that we're going to get to. And so how you're going to exercise, you're going to do 20 seconds of each of these, right? Now we're done. Now we're going on to back to the flexion and extension. Again, I want you to focus on the exercise portion of the ReS.E.T program, and you're going to do extensions backwards. And you're going to just count to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're going to take it back and you're going to bounce it for 12 reps. Okay, you're going to do that for the no and the I don't know planes of motion also. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 12. Okay? Now, what some people do too is you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 12. You could do that too if you want to get that extra range of motion, full range of motion pushing on both sides. The focus is give it a little bit of a squeeze at the end, a little bit of a push at the end to get that extra range of motion push. Okay, that's what you want. That's the exercise way. Do the same thing for the lateral flexion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. Okay, and the same thing this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. Remember, if you're having a hard time getting that angle, you need to be looking in the mirror so that you can watch your angle go straight lateral flexion. Stay within the range of motion that you have. Do not compensate and add other elements of rotation in there, okay? Lastly, we're gonna go over traction. And the traction means sustained stretch with a little bit of force, okay? And so what that's gonna look like is traction is go into the range of motion. Remember, we don't want to do flexion. It's already bad. We want to do extension. And you can use your hand and push backwards on, on your head to get some extra. And you're going to hold that for 20 seconds. Now, sometimes I like to just lean in the hot tub. Like I'll lean backwards with my head over the back of the hot tub, and I do that for 20 seconds or even longer. And so let's go into the same thing with rotation. We want to traction it next, okay? And so traction is go in, take it to your end range of motion, and then use your hand. So if I'm turning right, I'm using my left hand. Don't put it on your jaw because you're gonna push your jaw over, and you don't want to do that, all right? Put it on your zygomatic arch. The zygomatic, it cuts, it dices, it slices, right? Get yours for $19,995. All right, here on the zygomatic arch, on your cheekbone, and then you turn into it. You push on it gently, but get that extra added push into traction, all right? And you're gonna hold that for a minimum of 20 seconds, and you can do it longer if you want to. Same thing for the other side. Do your rotation and then take it and give it a little bit of a push and hold it. Mild tightness is what you want to feel. Mild, which means to a scale of about 5 to 7 on a 1 to 10 for tightness. And that's the level you want to stay in as much as you can. If you feel pain, stop. And then, you know, maybe go have a professional look at that, okay? And then lateral flexion. Ear towards your shoulder, remember, head up, chest up. And then you go into your lateral flexion, straight ear to shoulder. All right, this one you can take, don't want to mess up my mohawk. You can take it here and just give it a little bit of a pull and hold it for 20 seconds. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth and into your belly. And the same for the other side. Take it this way. Do the exact same thing. And that is the concept of combining the yes, no, I don't know with the reset or set philosophy of stretch, exercise, and traction in the same direction. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel a whole lot better. It's gonna make a big change in your life, and you're gonna change the structure of your head and neck, and it's not gonna be over your shoulders anymore. And if you stay on this protocol and using my Posture ReS.E.T program, you're gonna fix 5 millimeters a month of forward head posture. 5 millimeters a month will return and restore back your head back over your shoulders, and you too will look like you've got posture under control and not like it's got you under control. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Hot Tub Yoga for the neck. All right? People always ask me, hey doc, how often should I do these stretches and exercises and tractions? And I say, well, how many days are you alive? There's your answer. Do them as many days as you're alive. All right? Now, it's okay to be sore afterwards, All right, we're making changes. We're structurally correcting the position of your body. And that's a good thing. When you get your braces tightened, right, you can't eat a steak that day. This should be the same way. You should get sore for about 3 hours the next day, not 3 days. That's my motto. 3 hours, not 3 days. All right, so this is all up to you on how often you do it, how much intensity you put into it, and just make sure that you try to stay within that window where you feel like you did a little something the next day, and that's some good progress right there. All right, good. If you want a free copy of the Posture ReS.E.T program, you can get it. Just email me. My email's in the credits here. All right, I'm not that hard to find. It's an e-file. I'll be more than happy to give you your free copy. If you just let me know you want it, it's yours. I'm not trying to get rich on this. I'm just trying to make the world a healthier place. All right? Join me on the next 2 episodes. The next episode will cover shoulders and arms and mid-back and how to change the position of those for you. And then we'll also, on the 3rd episode, we'll cover lower back and legs and how to work out some of that imbalance that we all have from sitting for 20 years in school, right? Or falling on our fanny for 3,000 falls. And we can correct that through the Posture ReS.E.T program. Until then, I'm Dr. Staten Medsker, ROCKnDOC. And remember, I want you to always lead with love, right? With your posture. I want you to lead with love, lead with your heart towards everywhere you go. All right, with your chest up, not with your eyes down, focusing on where you're going. Lead with love. Until then, live well and rock on.